Ty, what are you doing? Bruno is still stuck in the Frillneck Forest. When you get a chance, you should go and help him out.
Hi, hello, welcome back to some more Ty the Tasmanian Tiger 2 HD, I guess you can call it. I don't know what you'd call this. It is basically like a HD remake, but it's not at the same time, because it's like a remaster over a remake, or a port that's just been, you know, upgraded. But we're back with it regardless. How are you all doing today? I am not doing so great. I've not been able to sleep at all, and I'm currently running off fumes, but I have enough energy to deliver some commentary as I play this wonderful game that was a huge part of growing up for me. So, I don't remember where we left off. Now that I talk... sorry about that. Now that I think about it, I don't remember where I left off. But they really need to nerf the amount that you get here. It's like ridiculous. But yeah, the last session I recorded, I ended very suddenly because I was extremely tired, which I kind of, you know, it's not something I ever want to do, you know, start recording and then suddenly be like, you know what, I'm too tired for this, because it makes me feel as if I'm not putting in enough effort. When I sit down to record, I want to put in maximum amount of effort, regardless of the situation. Like, right now, I am absolutely shattered with only 3 hours worth of sleep, but I'm still I guess you could say bursting at the seams with energy. They didn't really need to sort that out. This is on my SSD as well, so it shouldn't be freezing. But yeah, kind of, you know, in the middle of between bursting at the seams with energy and being tired to the point where I don't want to waste energy. It's one of them situations that I always go through when my insomnia gets like super bad. And I'm sure other people that have, you know, suffered with insomnia will understand. I know everyone's different in that sense though, so one person's, you know, issues I suppose with insomnia won't be the same as mine, for example. I don't even know why I'm running around collecting stuff. Like, there's really no need. Actually, yes there is. I need to get some of the upgrades, such as the bunyip, the submarine, and I don't remember what else. And a couple of the new boomerangs as well would be delightful. So I guess I'll use this as a opportunity to just collect a couple of them. I could also go and get that mission at Dennis after I've finished as well. 3 minutes to collect all that. Not too shabby. Where we left off, I went to Sly's shack and got the multi-rang. I remember that now. And we had a look at a couple of the other boomerangs available. They were pretty pricey, if I remember correctly. Around about the amount I've got now as well. See, I like that I get frames when I look that way, but as soon as I look into town, they drop. When editing videos, I haven't noticed it, but I know DX Story does a good job at like compensating for the dropped frames if it happens, which is always an advantage, especially if it's a, you know, early access game where performance issues are going to be a major problem. They still haven't updated it since the last session, which I understand it's a significantly larger game than Titan 1, for example. It's got a lot of elements to it. Wait, what? Whoa! Okay. I understand why it hitched a little bit now. See, what they've done is changed up the loading order, or the amount of data that goes through. On the PS2 and stuff, since, you know, it's running on really old hardware, the transfer rates of the data and streaming rates will be completely different to a PC. So that's why they had this barrier here, and this was a separate entity from this. It was like two separate worlds almost, and you had to go between loading them and then deleting the old one. So now that we're obviously on PC, we have less need for load times, since, you know, you got faster hard drives, significantly faster hard drives than the one. Actually, they didn't use hard drives. PS2 did they? No. They used the memory sticks, but then they just run it off the disk. But yeah, the transfer rates are going to be completely different. I'm just going to finish up collecting everything in this area, just so that I can see how much I've got by the end of it. I need 10 for this, don't I?
Welcome back, my friend. Farewell, friend.
She creeps me out. It'd be nice if they kind of like changed that backdrop though. Camera's still a bit finicky. Understandable. They have a lot to work out. I did mention, I believe, about the bugs that I ran into on the helicopter trip, and complaining about, you know, how it wasn't me that caused that, and how it was legitimately a bug. It's still in there, so I'm waiting for it to happen to me again. But let's just hope it doesn't. Whoop. Okay. Can I just, like... Oh my... This 30 FPS is difficult. So it causes an input lag of sorts. Ooh, tons. Right, let's have a look. Anything else? Oh yeah, that was that. Still can't collect the platinum cog that's up there because I'm absolutely useless when it comes to most platforming scenarios and situations. I think using a controller won't help me in that situation. Okay, so I just need to pause actually, hopefully it still records as I'm doing this, but I need to just close a application. There we go. Just needed to close an application because it was causing the game to tab out for every like 2 seconds. I didn't notice it, but because it kept putting the focus back onto the game as soon as it happened, but then it was like, yeah, but we're not gonna return focus, we're gonna keep this here, so have fun with that. Yeah, just close that quickly. Hopefully it didn't take too much out of the quality of the video, but it's going to be something that I definitely have to remember for next time. after I finish collecting, I'll talk to Dennis and get that mission underway. Wait, what?
Hello there, Ty.
Good day, young child.
I thought it was like a
Hey, Ty.
option to go into that little shed thing.
Ty.
Why is she up here?
I just transferred here from Gunna Gunna Hospital. I can't wait to help all the locals.
Oh, okay. Gunna Hospital. I'm also kind of upset that I wasn't able to finish Tie 4 in time for this to be released, but like I mentioned, it'll have to be something that I return to at a later date. There are a lot of other games that have been released that I want to do. Excuse me. Okay, so that wombat likes to fly, apparently. That's a clear bug. I think I mentioned a bug that used to happen on the PS2, where if you just camped around in here for a bit, the pathfinding of the cars and the people would somehow just fuck up immensely. So the cars will end up like driving into the buildings, and the people will be walking into the walls and shit. I guess that should be okay for now. Let's go talk to Dennis, shall we?
Oh, Ty! You're just in time. I've whipped up a smashing gourmet meal for the workers. None of your boring old meat pies for my men. It's tofu cheese souffle made on soy milk and quail eggs with a dash of ginger.
Sounds, tantalizing.
Would you like to try some?
No thanks. I've, already eaten.
And we're timed. Great. They really need to sort out the textures.
Greetings, Pie Unit.
I know that tends to come kind of halfway through development. They start with like default textures that can, you know, be changed to the model or assigned to the model even pretty easily. It doesn't take that long to do that. Having, you know, experience using some of the most common game engines around. The quickest route will be this way, such as Unity, Unreal. I know how to, you know, swap textures between several models and not have it collide, especially during several stages of development. So let's say I've got, I believe this is where we go, but yeah, you've got like Model 1, which you, or, well, not Model 1, you've got Test,
Ty, you're just in time.
Alpha,
Boys ready to
Beta,
knock off for lunch any
and then
minute.
Release,
They've been hanging out for their
Concept
meat pie
instead of
with
Test.
mushy peas.
and then
Here you go, mate.
you can have, you know, just quick
This sounds
concept
like an
textures.
explosion in a manure factory.
Nice.
That'd be the Parmesan cheese. Well, they're as hungry as half-starved emus, so here's hoping they won't notice.
Ty, what are you doing? Bruno is still stuck in the
Yes,
frill
I know he is.
neck. When you get a chance, you should go and help him out.
I'll help him out when I want. While I'm here, I'll collect these again. Oh, hello.
Decoy, flashbang, let's get them off, and then position. Let's give it to them, boys. Decoy, flashbang, cover me, son. Roger that. Back up, laying down smoke. Decoy, flashbang, let's get them off. I'm in position. Let's give it to them, boys. Decoy, flashbang, cover me, son. Roger that. Back up, laying